Hello, Annette, Stanton here. I've just finished with a client who was sharing how much she was struggling with her place in the world after being in business for quite some time and going through a transition in her business and uncertain about where to from here. So can you relate to that? There's a lot of women that I have had conversations with in the last 12 months or more who have either gone through a health transition, forced to really have a good look and go inwards into what's truly important in their whole life, not just in their working life, and to go beyond looking at, paying the bills, looking after everybody else before yourself. So I want to address that for a moment. And it's a courageous and brave act to go inside and listen in to the inner voice that is guiding you, and the inner voice that has always been there inside you, but you possibly have been so busy that with life, and rightly so, that you possibly have disconnected from the true, authentic you, the inner voice inside of you and that inner guidance. And then the head takes over, the expectations take over, and then getting distracted with all the opinions, competition, and comparing with the outside world. When I went through this phase myself, where I had chronic fatigue, I was in business and the business flatlined whilst I was going through divorce at the same time and starting all over again. What I noticed was the only place for me to go was inwards, because my external world was no longer working for me through the mindset thinking processes and trying to control everything. Yeah. And it's not easy when you're stepping into the unknown. So that takes patience, it takes trust, it takes listening into the self-care part of who you know and what it is that's important to you in each moment. It's not a big picture knowing. You will have a desire of things like, for me, I just want inner peace. I just want to feel at peace within my own skin. I just want to feel like I'm living a simple life and not overcomplicating everything, yeah? And that was a totally new and different way of being, of living consciously, because I didn't know how to do that. I hadn't learned how to do that. So I just thought I'd share with you some of the ways that I have been practicing that for quite some time now, that I hope support you. The first one is to notice whether your head is racing ahead and practice being in the present moment. The mind will want to try and work it out, and you won't even know you're doing it. But there will be a sense in your body of feeling overwhelmed, of feeling anxious, of feeling a panic, like you've got to know, like you've got to have it sorted out. You're coming from a head mindset that puts you in that position in the first place of, wanting to have a simple life, of wanting to have inner peace. So then you're not going to come from that. You're not going to find that coming from the headspace. You're only going to find that and feel that coming from, operative word, feeling the space and listening into the inner guidance of that space. So self-care, practicing self-care is not selfish. And self-care doesn't necessarily mean go and get a massage, go and have a facial, go and, do your nails and things like that. Now, self-care is a moment by moment listening in and asking yourself the question into your heart and soul, what is it that I need for myself right now? And you listen in. And for me, my inner guidance was saying, go for a walk. My inner guidance was saying, just get your hands in the garden. Feel grounded. So feeling grounded is so important. And what you'll notice is, as you connect more and more with your body, you start to embody what joy and contentment and satisfaction feel like with the simple things in life. Instead of chasing after a goal, a dream, a vision outside of yourself, you actually start to create foundations in your personal foundations that then will expand into your extended career and or business foundations, whatever the case might be for you. So keeping in mind that this is a marathon, not a sprint. And this is where, again, it comes back to deep breathing and breathing in the moment, meditation. So one of the things that I do every day is I do deep breathing meditation. Just for 15 minutes, I sit and I listen in to my breath, breathing in, breathing out for 15 minutes. It'll quieten the mind and the body down enough to stay connected and to tune in to the inner voice. So I hope some of those practices support you and your journey of transition and the growth path that you're stepping into. And if you have any queries, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. I'm Annette Stanton. Bye for now.